Hello everybody, welcome to Two Cares for Pets. We have Dr. Jessica Zink with South Tulsa Veterinary Hospital and Brownie from Memphis Street Animal Rescue. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
You know, not too bad. Now we're in the thick of winter, I suppose. Things are a little less fun than they have in the past couple of months. But so we'll talk about Brownie and how you can adopt him and some other animals as well. But we want to answer some questions, get some questions answered about dogs in general, especially this time of year. So we just had kind of the first significant snowfall, if you will, a lot of ice, and there's a lot of salt around. I mean, when you're taking your pups outside, maybe you want to take them for a walk, how do you prepare for that, and how do you keep them kind of safe from all of that?
So there's a couple different things that you can do to make sure that you're prepared. Some dogs will not tolerate this, but if you can do some of the little booties for them to protect their feet, that's a good way. Another thing that you can do is take them for the regular walk and then take them through, a wetter portion right after you're finished, and then promptly wipe their feet down to get any chemicals, salt, what have you, off of their feet. Yeah, it's all over the place. So, but we don't want to leave it on their skin because that can obviously be damaging. So just make sure that you're cleaning them off as soon as you get off that surface.
And when you're taking them for a walk, is it necessary? Because dogs sometimes have really thick fur. It's really cold outside though. Do you have to get them, or should you put a sweater or anything on them? Or is that kind of just for show in a lot of cases?
Well, I think it depends on what kind of a dog you have. Okay. If it's sort of a double-coated breed, some, Huskies, German Shepherds, Pyrenees, they're not going to need a sweater in this kind of weather. But if you've got a smooth-coated breed, if it's this cold out, maybe keep them inside. But if it's pretty chilly and they don't tend to tolerate the cold very well, they prefer to be warm, then a sweater is not a bad idea. It's a good augment to their fur. It's not terribly warm in these kinds of conditions.
And when you're taking them for a walk, I know a lot of dogs who live inside, but not everyone, does. What are the general precautions you should really be taking if you do have a pet outside?
So, well, first of all, if it's 25 or under, they really need to be indoors. Okay. That's just the way it is. If you have an animal that doesn't live indoors, if you can put them in the garage and have nice covered, safe, warm area for them, that's the best way to do it. If you have a dog that tends to be more of a cold weather breed, unfortunately in Oklahoma, most of them are pretty acclimated to the warm weather, and so you still have to take precautions with them. So making sure that they have a nice warm shelter outside, heated if possible, but when it's really, really cold, they just need to be inside.
Yeah, you have that water out there, it's going to freeze.
Exactly.
Especially when we're talking about -1 degrees in the morning,
exactly.
0 degrees. Yeah.
And that's something that a lot of people forget, is that yes, they're outside and yes, there's snow, but that's not an adequate water source for them.
All right, so kind of switching gears here, we're after the new year. I know a lot of people think about, New Year's resolutions, but with weight of your dog, it really does come into play for their overall health. How do you know if they are overweight, and then how do you kind of correct that? Because they can't just, hop on a rowing machine or something. How do you help them with that?
So there's a couple different things that you can look at to know that your dog's overweight, or your cat for that matter. But most importantly, in dogs, for instance, you should be able to feel their ribs but not see them. Okay. And I mean feel them. You don't have to push super hard to feel them. If you're pushing really hard, then they probably have a little bit too much chub on their ribs. They should have a nice abdominal tuck when you look at them from the side, and when you stand over them, they should have a nice trim waistline that dips in on the sides. And so if they don't have any of those things, if they sort of look like a solid tube all the way down, then it's probably time to think about some weight loss for them. And weight loss can be kind of tricky in these guys, especially if they're not particularly energetic, or if they have joint disease, things like that. So definitely consult with your veterinarian. But first of all, one of the first things that you'll have to do is probably cut back or cut out the table scraps. That's going to be an important one. It is hard. They look at you with those eyes. I get it.
They give you little puppy eyes.
But joint disease is probably one of the #1 diseases of older dogs. And so being overweight really complicates that. So that's something that can really tremendously help their quality of life.
Proactive,
exactly.
All right. Well, Dr. Zink, I appreciate it. Brownie, you have been absolutely wonderful. If you would like to adopt Brownie or any of the dogs at Memphis Street Animal Hospital, animal rescue, excuse me, you can take a look at your screen here. We have all the details. That is oklahomapaws.com, or email oklahomapaws@gmail.com. Brownie, 12-week-old, and he is absolutely wonderful. I know if you contact them, they're gonna, find the right animal for you. That is 2 Cares for Pets. We appreciate you joining us.